This is a new 2026. It's a Ram 1500 Bighorn with the Night Edition package on it. When you go with the Night Edition, you get a little bit extra stuff. You get in the comes with an anti-spin rear axle, so limited slip, a little better when you're driving off-road. Also comes with all your black badging, so all your Ram on the door logos, all your bezels around the windows, that kind of stuff. That's all done in a black. Also, you get the black Ram on the grill. Basically, a bunch of black stuff. Also, the black rims. It's a level 2, so when you go with the level 2, you're going to get the cloth bucket seats. They are heated, which is nice. It also comes with a heated steering wheel. Power sliding rear windows in that package. Comes with nav, heated steering wheel, Alpine sound system with subwoofer, so if you want to crank the tunes, it's good to go. Also comes with a 12-inch touchscreen, which we're going to look at when we get inside. This particular one, we did add the trailer brake controller, so if you do want to pull a trailer down the road, you've got the brake controller to do that. It's probably best to order right from the factory. It's a little bit cheaper in the long run, for sure. We added the Hurricane engine to this as well, which is a pretty awesome engine. If you haven't had a chance to drive the Hurricane, you owe it to yourself to come in and take it for a drive. They're real fantastic. Super smooth and just tons of power. So across the front, you see it's got the blacked out grille. You'll notice down below it has the lower bezels as well with the built-in little these little circles here. Those are your park sensors in the front. It also comes with adaptive cruise control. Just set my clipboard down here because of my notes. In behind here, there's a little radar in behind that panel there, and it'll kind of shoot kind of like a radar out in front of you. And what it does is, if you've got your cruise control set and you've got the setting turned on, it'll actually keep the distance between you and the vehicles in front of you. So it makes for a really nice ride when you're cruising on a long road trip. It's got the 6-bolt rims, so a little bit heavier weight that it can handle than the previous generation. These are also the largest rotors in its class. So if you're looking for a vehicle that's going to be able to handle those weights when you start packing it, the Ram 1500 is the way to go. Cool looking black rims, Bridgestone Dueler tires, little raised white lettering. Kind of a decent tire, all season, on-road, off-road. You may want to upgrade to like a dedicated winter if you're driving in the tons of snow. I usually recommend that, but or if you're doing serious off-road, you may want to go more aggressive off-road tire. Inside, it's got the nice cloth bucket seats, lots of nice stitching on the interior here as well. Tons of storage with the buckets. You got like a center mat pockets in here. In here is your glove box. This pops open for some more storage up in there. Has a little door that kind of covers up. That's a upgrade over our standard tradesman trim that you're going to be looking at. Carpeted floor mats that match, and they're all form-fitted. More storage in the doors and the mat pockets. You got some trim in here. Power windows and locks, of course. Nice handle here, too, if you're a bit older for climbing in and out. Kind of nice to be able to grab onto that and help pull yourself in. In the back seats, we've got a nice bench. This armrest does fold down, so you can kind of lay that down. You got a couple of cup holders in there. Comes with a sliding rear window. It's got the rear defrost in it. That's a power opening window, too. There's just a little button above the overhead console up by the... And it's right up in that area there. Anyway, you can power open and close it. Nice if you got a little draft over your shoulder in the summertime. Other nice thing about it too is you got something a little bit longer. You can kind of slide the window open. You can haul longer like trim pieces for your house or whatever. These fold down. These headrests, you can leave those down. So if you don't have any passengers in the back, you just hit that button. It flips them over. It gives you a little bit better visibility out the back window when you're driving. These seats just flip up. So you got a nice flat load floor when you do that, so you can store things back here. I've seen guys throw foamies back here and sleep if they have to. I wouldn't recommend it long term, but if you had to, you could, like on a long road trip or something. You're tired on the way home. Little storage bins. These flip open. Inside here, you've got these little bins come out, so you can clean them real easy. Get a bit of spill something in there or whatever. Great idea to store some items in there for like roadside safety kits, that sort of stuff. Extra work gloves, tie-down straps, just stuff you need in your truck, but you don't want to be tripping on it all the time. Door trim's all done nice. Same thing in the back. They got lots of storage areas as well. Going to the rear of the vehicle, you'll see on the Bighorns, it's a little bit fancier. We get the black moldings to help protect the paint. Gives a little bit better look than the standard trim. It's just the paint that doesn't come with those. We did add the rear fender flares, or the rear mud flaps, sorry, to help protect the back a bit. That's included on the price that you see in line. That's a dealer-installed accessory. That's something we do when we do the PDIs here, but it is included on the price that you're looking at when you see it online. On the back, more Ram blacked out badges. You can see it's got the black Bighorn, black Ram, black 4x4s, all that stuff's all dressed up nice. You'll even notice the dual exhaust tips on the rear, kind of sticking out the back. It's kind of a Dodge thing. Looks pretty cool. Also has the receiver hitch, so if you do want to pull a trailer, you're good to go. And then your wiring and everything is in here, so if you want to plug your trailers in, you can. In the back, tailgate's got an easy opening, so it just kind of lets itself down. There's a little compressor shock in behind that tail light that does that for you. Lots of tie downs on the lower hooks on the bottom if you want to hook some stuff in to give you a place to anchor it down. It's also got the dividers built in, those little grooves. Basically, you can cut like a board to fit into between the two sides. You can just drop like a 2x8 in there, and then it stops your stuff from sliding around. I did one on my truck. It's pretty handy when you're going to haul the propane tank down to get it filled up again. It doesn't end up rolling all the way to the front and banging around on the box when you're driving. In the back, you'll see it's also got these fender liners here inside the wheel tubs. These are nice. They stop the rocks from coming up and beating on the inside of the box, so you don't get the little dents from the gravel rash and stuff like that when you're driving. If they don't have those, the rocks can come up and they can kind of bang away on the inside of the metal, and then the paint kind of blisters on you. In the back, this side flips up too. I showed you the other side, but this side does as well. There's also quite a bit of storage underneath there if you want to put some odds and ends in back there. I've seen people do that for extra storage just because it's kind of a spot where nothing's going in. Over here we got power windows, power locks, power mirrors. The mirrors are power folding, so if you press this button, you can kind of see how they power in, and press it again, they're going to fold back out again. So that's handy if you got like a tight parking spot, so you're parking in your apartment complex or going to one of your friends' houses when there's lots of people over or something. It's kind of nice to be able to fold those in. Power seats, power recline, power lumbar support for your lower back. So that just gives you a little bit extra support back there. It comes with power pedals, so you can adjust these pedals in and out so you can get them nice and comfortable position. Super handy if you're a bit shorter. You can kind of put those pedals towards you a little bit. And then the steering wheel, I'll show you here. There's a lever. Just drop that near the camera angle, this lever here. And now the steering wheel will tilt up and down, but it'll also come in and out for you. So that's pretty handy as well. So if you're a bit taller like me, it's kind of handy because I got to get further away from the pedals. And then what I can do is I can suck the steering wheel nice and close to me, and it makes it for a lot more comfortable driving. It has the adjustable drive modes. That's what these buttons do. If you take a look at the center dash, you can see how we got a snow mode. We got a tow mode. So if you're pulling a trailer, it also comes with a sport mode, right? So it'll change the looks of it, kind of makes it a little bit more of a aerodynamics. Off-road driving kind of gives you a different picture every time you change these things. Pretty much you're going to always just leave it in auto mode and just let the truck decide what it wants to do for you. But every one of those modes that we switch to, it changes the software parameters, how the vehicle's going to shift. It'll engage 4x4 if it needs to, like if you're driving off-road. It'll change when it shifts, when it downshifts, when it upshifts. It just makes things, like if you're pulling a trailer, for instance, in tow mode, it just makes pulling a trailer a lot nicer. So it's just a software thing that they're doing in the background. But it does make, when you're in those modes, a lot better if you're pulling a trailer and stuff. Gear limiters, you can use these to shift up and down with your automatic transmission. Basically, it's a gear limit, so you can say you can be an 8-speed automatic, a 6-speed, a 5-speed, a 4-speed. So you're knocking gears off when you shift down. So you can use it to shift down if you're going down like a big hill or something and you want to use the engine to hold you back. I've seen people do that. Or you can also use it if you're pulling trailers and stuff like that and you don't want it to be shifting gears, that kind of thing. Adaptive cruise and normal cruise. So normal cruise, you just turn it on, hit set coast resume like you normally would. The adaptive cruise, you turn it on, and then you set your, I'm going to play with these buttons here, you can kind of see. You can see how I'm changing the distance between me and the vehicles in front of me. So that's super close to the vehicles in front of me, and that's super far away from the vehicles in front of me. So basically you can set the distance. So that ties into that thing we were looking at earlier on the front of the bumper. 2 high, 4 low, 4x4 auto mode as well. 4x4 auto mode is really nice when you're driving on the pavement when the roads are a little sloppy and slushy. This is just going to make it engage the 4x4 when it needs to. But when the roads are like today where they're nice and dry and there's no ice or anything, 2-wheel drive is probably the way to go because it just makes for better fuel economy. Blacked out dash. I've turned this on to the dark setting. Normally this is quite a bit brighter, but I wanted to darken it up for the video because otherwise I get like a pink line on the dash. But nice big 12-inch touchscreen, So you've got your climate controls over here. You can access it through the touch screen if you like. So you can adjust it by tapping this button here and sliding your temperatures up and down. You can also turn your heated seats on and stuff if you like. Or you can go to the comfort setting right here, and you can do the same thing. So this is just a bigger version of what we just looked at. And you can change the temperatures just through here if you like. And then when auto mode, it'll basically keep both sides. It'll automatically heat the vehicle up for you. You can even change the temperature on the passenger side if you like. Back to your main screen. These are customizable. You can get in here and play with them. You can add different widgets if you like. You can change the layouts. So for instance, we could put what's playing up here, and then down here I could put my heated seats and my steering wheel. So now I have a custom dash layout. And if you want to, you can go back and delete them or do whatever you want. So it gives you a lot of flexibility with how you lay your dash out. It does have navigation right from the factory. You can see that there. If you want to use that, you can. I'm just going to put the truck in reverse. You can see it also has a nice backup camera with the little dotted line to tell you where you're going to line up. And as I turn the steering wheel, you can see how those lines are moving. That's where your truck's going to go. So if we were to hook up to a trailer, you just kind of line that up to the trailer hitch. And then when you get close, we just zoom in. And then they'll zoom right in on the trailer ball to make it easy to hook up your trailer. So that's what that's all about. Down here we got the trailer gain. So this is for your electric brakes on your trailer. You can adjust how much juice you're sending to it, and then you can apply the brakes just on the trailer if you want to without applying them on the truck. You'll also need this when you're setting up your trailer brakes. If you're uncomfortable with how to do that, just give me a call. We can walk you through it. Rear traction control, park sensors for the front and rear. You just flick these on. They'll stop those little circles from beeping. Sometimes they get covered in mud and dirt, and then you're backing up and they'll start beeping at you and it gets annoying, so you may want to just be able to turn them off. Little control pad here for setting your cell phone in. You can kind of jam it in here, and then what it'll do is this will charge your cell phone battery. So while you're driving, it's just a wireless thing. You don't have to plug it in, but it does charge pretty slow. You may want to plug it into these because it charges a lot better when it's in those. Nice cup holders. Got two of those. Nice coin holder. This lifts out if you want to clean it. Super easy to do that. In the center storage, we've got a nice big armrest. This flips up. Got more armrest here. Even more storage down below for storing odds and ends. A couple cup holders here in the back. You'll notice it's got these little divots on the side. Originally, I thought those were for like a cup holder handle, but I was reading up on it one day. It's actually for your iPad. So when the kids are in the back there, you can jam like an iPad in there, and the kids can watch it when you're driving on a road trip. That's what that's all about. Overhead, we got some more buttons. There's that power sliding room window we talked about earlier for opening the back. And then we can also open the tailgate just by pressing that button there. And you got a place here for some sunglasses so you can tuck them up out of the way so they're not getting all scratched on you when you're driving around corners and stuff. Alpine sound system. You can see it's got the Alpine written up there on the little center speaker. Lots of speakers, some there, some more in the doors. There's a bunch in the back. There's a couple in the back roof there as well. So tons of stereo options for you for cranking the tunes. So it's a little bit better than the standard stereo. There's a couple other upgrades. Like you can go if you go into the higher models and get into the got 19 speakers. I think the Klipsch one has like 24 or something like that. But I think you got to go to the Tungsten to get that one. So great truck, awesome features. Great price on these. These trucks look fantastic with this sport package on it. So if you're interested in getting yourself into a new truck, this would be a good one to come down and take for a drive. We'd love to see you. Pop on by for a cup of coffee, and we'll send you home in a new vehicle.